What is up guys, it's Jordan here and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about some major improvements coming to Siege, some improvements that I have wanted since like literally the beginning of the game, and exactly what I wanted Operation Health to be, so I am absolutely made up that this is happening. But anyway, we're going to get into this. We've got lots of information to talk about the next patch coming to Siege, and I'm pretty sure if you guys haven't heard about this, you're going to be pretty excited when you learn about the changes that are happening. So in the next update, the first part of the patches is going to be map optimization. I just said that horribly. Map optimization and lighting. Lighting, guys, they're finally fixing it. Well, hopefully, but we'll see. I'm just going to read out the information I have from the website. This is a part 1 of 3-part series on a data cleanup and optimization. Okay, so the first part of this optimization of the maps is going to be reworking the textures of every single map. They're going to be starting with 2 maps and then working their way through, and what they're going to be doing is they're going to be optimizing the textures to help with performance and also any like FPS drops you may have, which will be smoothing, optimizing and standardizing everything they could. In essence, we are streamlining and reducing overall memory footprint. Now that's a bit of a jumble there, but basically they're just going to be optimizing the textures to make sure that your performance is as stable and as high as it possibly can be, and will hopefully reduce memory leaks that you may have as well. I know I've had issues with memory leaks in the past, but that should be getting sorted, and we should have a more stable FPS across all of the maps. Now I'm going to put on the screen some of the pictures that they have put out there, and it should allow you guys to see what they are talking about in terms of the textures and a little bit of the lighting changes as well, so you guys can see for yourselves what it's going to look like. Next part is lighting all maps, the biggest one that I'm super excited for. So it says here, I'm going to read all of this out for you because this is a big change, so I'm going to read it out as it is from the website. Rainbow Six Siege is built around the concept of a fully destructible environment. As such, we needed to develop a lighting system that works well in tandem with the changes that come from having that level of procedural destruction. To deliver this type of system, we use both dynamic lighting and static, indirect lighting. Not only that, but we also have multiple post effects which control the brightness and colour of what you see displayed on your screen. All of this works together to help build the atmosphere you enjoy in-game. All of that being said, we have heard your complaints regarding the lighting and how it can sometimes negatively impact your experience. We are currently looking at implementing the following changes. Reducing the exposure value for all maps. Initially we wanted to use realistic values to have contrasted and realistic lighting, which works in the same way as a camera would in real life. Additionally, the bloom was intended to limit the effectiveness of defenders peeking outside. We are excited to tell you that we have completely reworked how exposure is handled on all maps and reduced the exposure values. Bloom issues are now a thing of the past. And again, I will try and put some pictures on the screen for you so you guys can see the improvements. Sky model update, all maps. In an effort to deliver a more immersive experience, we use procedurally generated skies tech from Assassin's Creed. This tech is great for providing us with dynamic time of day, but it wasn't a perfect fit for our game as we only have 2 static times of day. We will now be using image-based HDR skies. This allows us to have a more realistic artistic control of the ambient lighting, as well as an increase in the overall quality of lighting in general. BDRF update, all maps. Updates are being worked on for our shading model, also known as bidirectional reflectance distribution function, which calculates reflections. It now matches the same model as our external texturing tool, which improves the workflow for our artists. What this means for you is that you will see an improved reflection quality in some materials, particularly in terms of glossiness. And that is it. That is all the major updates coming to the map. So as you can tell, a lot of information, but definitely a lot of stuff to get excited about if you're interested in the development of Siege and the updates. But there is more than that. That is not it. There is also going to be a lot of operator optimization, which I'll get into right now. So I'm going to read out the introduction part to the blog post on the operators. The look and feel of operators is one of the most important aspects of immersion in Siege. Each one of these details, from the Tachanka's iconic helmet to Cav's face paint, is critical to making the characters feel unique. As part of Operation Health, one thing we've been working is making these operators more optimized. The impact of this optimization will ultimately mean fewer out-of-memory crashes and slightly increased quality for our operators, and will be coming in Season 3. First one, operator uniformity. When looking at an operator, each texture of its uniform takes up a certain amount of memory. When you take all of the textures, the arms, legs, chest and head, and add them up, you get the total memory budget for an operator. As we were designing operators in the beginning, some of the textures took up a larger amount of space while some had a smaller amount. After almost 2 years, it was necessary that we re-evaluate all of our textures, UV mapping, the process of applying 2D textures to a 3D object. In Operation Health, we have done a complete pass on all of our operators to make sure the total sum of their textures meet a consistent memory usage. This means that the textures were not adequately optimized are now remapped in the UV mapping with greater efficiency so that they take up less amount of memory without reducing the quality. Because we're meeting a consistent memory budget across all operators, it also meant that we could slightly improve the quality for some operators. Lower budget operators like Sledge will have a slightly improved quality. The impact on the player will be a better experience overall with fewer crashes. At the same time, it allowed us to slightly improve the quality. All of the operators are close to the same memory budget. It also means we can better plan for the future of Siege and optimize the player experience better. Elite uniforms. The quality of elite uniforms are extremely important to us and to you. We took extra care to ensure that the textures of these stayed consistent. Through optimizing certain aspects of our game, we're able to further optimize our operators' textures. One example of this is Thermite's logo on his helmet. We introduced a new way to texture all of the protective visors. This allowed us to get a better usage and higher quality out of our UV maps, which is how we texture our headgear, weapon skins, uniforms, and other customization items. Face rigging. We have strived to bring personality and feeling to each of our operators. We built the faces of our operators on a facial rigging system that controls various parts when a reaction hits them. For example, when a shot connects with a body part, there is an appropriate reaction by the face rigging to the reflect pane. By doing a pass on the facial rigging of the operators, it means that they now have a more consistent reaction with the shape of their face. This will result in a more accurately aligned points of movement in the face and will result in less derpy Valkyrie faces. I love how they included that, derpy Valkyrie faces. And that is the end of that, and there's just some stuff saying stay tuned, but I'll link it in below so you can read all the extras. But in a nutshell, that is all the key parts of Operation Health and all the kind of updates that are coming soon with optimization. And I'm definitely excited to see all of these improvements because it's going to result in less memory leaks, better quality in certain areas, better lighting for visibility, so better overall visibility, higher frame rate, and a smoother gameplay. These are definitely all things that were needed in Operation Health, and I'm so glad that they're implementing them because it now is starting to look like Operation Health is on the up. Because I've said a couple of times and I was a bit worried that Operation Health was just not going to do a lot, but now that all this is being introduced, I'm very excited to see what's going to come in the next update and to see if they get it right, how well it's going to improve the game. Because these, especially the lighting improvements will be the biggest thing, and I think it's going to be absolutely amazing to be able to actually see properly because it's a big problem with Siege and it's been a problem now for pretty much since the launch of the game, so it's finally getting some attention properly and it's definitely needed. Now, I hate to be critical of any kind of improvements that Ubisoft discussed, but there's one thing I do have to bring up that I noticed. They've brought up all of these improvements, but they haven't mentioned the hit reg much, and I know they did make a post on it saying they've acknowledged the hit reg was broken, but it would have been very nice to see at least an update on the hit reg fixes to see how they're coming along with that, because obviously the last patch was meant to fix the hit reg and introduce all the new hitboxes, but as I'm sure most of you know, they are still completely broken. Shots aren't registering, headshots are still very hard to hit, and overall it's just still a bit of a mess. So I would have been very interested to see just a small update on the hit registers to see how they're coming along with fixing that, but hopefully we will get another update on that before the end of Operation Health, because I think, to be honest, that is still going to be a key priority. Lighting, like I said, is going to be massive, but the hit registers need to be fixed ASAP because it's still a big part that is basically breaking the game. Some people are just straight up not playing it until the hit registers fixed, which is totally understandable. So again, disappointed they haven't brought that up, but overall everything is looking really good and I am very excited, but hopefully we will get an update on that soon. Anyway guys, let me know in the comments what you think of all these improvements. I want to know if you guys think they've missed out anything or any other things that need to be improved, because I'm sure you've all got your opinions on this, and also I will try and put up, like I said throughout the video, I'll try and put up different photos that they've released and you guys can tell me what you think of them. Let me know if you think they're an improvement or not, and whether or not you think that Operation Health could potentially actually be a good thing by the end of it, because like I said, it was a bit iffy. A lot of the updates are slow, they weren't really doing a lot, but let me know what you guys think of the progress of Operation Health and whether or not you're excited for it. Anyway, that was all for this video. A quick announcement: I'm going to be streaming every Monday starting next week. I did make a tweet about it, but I didn't quite specify that it would be next week. So yeah, every Monday at 7 PM CEST time, I said that really weirdly, CEST time, which is my time zone, I will be streaming. I know I haven't streamed for ages, but it's been a combination of loads of different issues with my computer, my internet, and just me now obviously having another job as well, so it's just a lot of time. Anyway, if you did like the video, I'd appreciate it if you smack the like button, and also if you are new around here, do consider subscribing. I do post content daily, and if you want to keep up to date with everything that's going on in my life, do follow me on Twitter. It's GamingGains YT, and the link will be in the description. Anyway guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll see you all in the next one.